Hello, everybody. Well, I just want to, thank John and everybody for having me here today. I want to tell you a little bit about my family. I have a wonderful partner, Jen. She's back over there in the corner. Together, we're raising 3 kids. We have Brandon, who's 15, Lexi's 12, and Clayton's 10. And she loves them just like as if they were her own, which is awesome. So surrogacy is really something I've thought about for quite a while, and probably years back, and I even kind of looked into maybe even egg donation, but I think I might have been a little too old according to what it said. I never really did anything about it, but I see my age ranges and stuff. So I thought about surrogacy, but I just kind of put it on the back burner because I wasn't sure and stuff, and I wanted to be in a very secure and loving relationship before I did anything like that. So I brought it up to my partner at the end of 2007, and we were actually playing Scrabble.
What word was it?
I'm not sure on the word, but she was a little surprised, but it was a good surprise. And so we talked a lot about it, and we talked to the kids, and they all seemed really cool with it, and thought it would be a really special thing to do for a couple that can't have a baby. So part of our discussion with Jen and I, though, was, our family really is complete. I mean, our youngest was 9 at the time, so we weren't wanting to start over or start, from the very beginning. So there's gonna be no more kids for us. And so we went ahead and filled out the online form. I just have some notes here. So we went ahead and filled out the online questionnaire, and we actually, I think, heard back from Jen,
Sure, yeah.
right away that same day. And so that was really fast. And so all we really had to do was send in a bunch of pictures of our family.
We find something good.
Yeah. So we had to send in some pictures of our family, and all of us together, and insurance information, all my OB records, and any kind of health history and all that kind of stuff. And shortly after that, we got matched. And the funny thing is, we actually got
screening that probably went on first.
There's some screening. Oh yeah, well, I was flown to Connecticut, or actually New York, and then in Connecticut there was a screening. And basically they just do a lot of testing. And I was told everything, they were testing. I just forgot all the little anything that would affect me, being able to carry a baby or anything like that. So I went through the screening, and I heard back, a week or 2 later, and everything was really good. And then I had to start taking a series of medications, which I was showing at my screening. So I did that for a few weeks or several weeks. It's kind of all a blur now.
Do you want to go back to the match piece that you were going to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we were matched, and the funny thing is we were actually matched on April 9th of 2008, which is actually Mika's birthday. Oh. So that's pretty cool. And we actually just realized that just before our trip out here. So yeah, I didn't know if you guys knew that or not. So after the match, and was a screening before the match?
It's okay, go ahead. Don't worry
about it.
Don't worry.
It's kind of a blur. It's really a blur to me because everything so much, but it's kind of a blur to me. So shortly after the match, we spoke with them on the phone, and we really connected. We thought they were awesome, So then a short time after that, we met them. They actually flew into Chicago and drove, or into Milwaukee, and they came to our home. So then we spent a day or two, I think it was like a day and a half with them, and we had a good time. We kind of showed them around our hometown and stuff. So that was really cool. And then, so they went home, and then I was still taking medications and everything, or that is probably when I started taking medications, maybe, I'm not sure. So then in July, and we spoke several times on the phone and kept contact through email and stuff. So we spoke probably every week, 1 to 2 times on the phone or so. So then, let's see here. So then in July, we went back for the transfer, and you know, it's a time-sensitive thing, so we actually, you know, had a little vacation in Connecticut, New York area, and just kind of waited for the eggs to be ready and for the transfer to happen. So, and then on the day of the transfer, I think I was a little nervous because I'm like, do I need to take ibuprofen or is this gonna hurt? And I actually didn't even feel a thing. I didn't even know it happened. So very, very easy for a carrier, I guess. So the process of it. So then went home, had a rest and stuff, and stuff like that, and went home a few days later, and I think I still had to continue taking some medication, some shots after that. And but you know, I got so used to all that, so it wasn't a huge deal. I was a little nervous, you know, about the whole medications when I first started them. But so, you know, and again, we kept in really close contact with the guys. We talked every week, and you know, spoke through emails and stuff. And then we started having the ultrasounds and stuff. And after every ultrasound, we came home and we called them and sent them the pictures. Just scanned them in the computer and sent the pictures to the guys. And so that was exciting because they could see all the sonogram pictures right away. And so that's kind of the process for me. It just went really, went really well. And you know, as far as working with an international couple versus a U.S. couple, it really didn't matter to us because we just thought, you know, as long as they're going to a great family, that's all that should matter. And of course, we wanted to feel very comfortable with them, and which we did, like right away through that first phone call. So, and then as far as, you know, challenges during the pregnancy, there really was not a lot of challenges for me, you know, other than probably Jen having to put up with my occasional moodiness and stuff. So. But, you know, with any pregnancy, I mean, you get the swollen ankles and backaches, and my girlfriend's actually a massage therapist, so, so you know, I really lucked out my department. Got a lot of massages, and so, yeah, I mean, everything was like really awesome, this whole experience and stuff. And everybody at Circle is great and very helpful and knowledgeable. With any questions, because I definitely had some questions in the beginning, you know, about, you know, who do I talk to about this, or who do I contact for this, and so that was really, it just went really smoothly, the whole process for us. We didn't really have too many bumps in the roads at all, so but yeah, so everything was great. Yes. You know, kind of like what they were talking about, not to have like any huge expectations as far as, you know, what you're going to have and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, it maybe won't take right away. But for me personally, it worked.
About communication, you know,
you had such a positive experience.
Yeah,
what was it about Shahar?
They have a great relationship. They have really strong communication between them, and that definitely helps. I mean, they each take on these differently as more of a businessy and, you know, stuff like that, and kind of takes care of all this stuff. And just they have such a good relationship, and I think, you know, I think it's definitely wise to talk about, you know, how you want to raise your child and different things you want to do, and, you know, if you have a boy, do you want to circumcise, and so you kind of are prepared for all that kind of stuff.
Oh, it's just that we had constant communication between us, and I think that made them feel really comfortable, knowing that they could talk to doctors and talk to Lori at a moment's notice at any time. If they had any concerns, they could call, email, whatever.
Yeah,
so
and
open communication.
Yeah, and it was really nice because they became, it wasn't just me that became close to them. I mean, it was my partner too. I mean, they would call sometimes and just talk to Jen, and that was perfectly normal for us, you know. It wasn't, so I mean, yeah, we all had really good communication. We all, like, we got along so well. I mean, everything for me personally went so smoothly that everything was so natural at all times, you know. So
I see clients though who make a mistake of either thinking they can do this without an agency and take that task on and bear it personally, or partner with an agency with far less experience or skill or care than Circle. So I would say my perspective on what makes certain carrier-parent relationships not be so effective is can be a complete separation on expectations. I mean, if you were to go on, which you're not, but online and find someone and then bring her in and we sit together, and the things that you would need to explore would be, you know, what you're in the driver's seat. I mean, as important as each of us is, you know, in each role we play, it's really all about not just the outcome, but the process and what you want from it. Are you looking for a carrier that is fairly independent and fairly autonomous and who's going to reach out to you a little bit or as much as you ask her to? Or are you looking for someone who's going to communicate with you in other more frequent ways about more specific things? Are you the micromanager that needs to be confident that she's taking her vitamins and not eating fish, or you know, you name it, any of those things? Or do you want to have a relationship with her husband or partner or significant other? Those are the kind of things that do vary from match to match. And I think ultimately, like any relationship that you partner with, is sort of why is she doing this, and what are her motives, and what is she in for? Circle and the vast social work support is not only evaluative, it's very promotional. So throughout the process, you have a social worker, she has a social worker, any of those like sort of things that you probably don't want to talk about money, but they can certainly be concerns on either side, and get filtered through the support staff that's in place for this very reason. So your interactions can just be, what about the baby, or how is she feeling, or how are you feeling, or what are you thinking, and it doesn't have to get down to some of the nitty-gritty things.
When I was carrying my own, they were mine. I knew I was going to be doing the child and to raise and take care of and stuff. But with this pregnancy, I mean, you still kind of go through the pregnancy like kind of like it's your own. I mean, you almost have to, just because it's, you know, growing inside of it and everything. And so you kind of still treat it like it's your own pregnancy, and you still do things that you would still do if it was your own. And you know, I can probably say too, I was even maybe a little more healthier because it was somebody else's. I was better maybe about taking my vitamins and you know, just. I think I was, you know, like when I couldn't do any heavy lifting at work, and like I'm pregnant, I can't do any heavy lifting, and you know, honestly, if it were my own child, I probably would have maybe pushed it up the limits a little bit more. But it's like you have a big sense of obligation, and you know, because this isn't your baby you're carrying; you're just carrying it, and so you want to do what you think they would want you to do.
Was that hard for you to give up a baby or did it feel like it wasn't yours?
It wasn't hard. It was, you know, I went into this so knowing and intending that this baby was theirs, and it is theirs. So it's just, I always had my mind there, you know, so.
What did you say, Jen?
Oh, it was just the whole process, and they were in the delivery room, and we all were this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an extremely moving and emotional experience being together in the hospital for a few days, because I think everyone's high on hormones.
And a little bit of pain, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, everything just felt really natural. I mean, the guys were there for the whole time. My partner was there, constantly rubbing my back, and I think I heard her hand during the whole process and squeezing it. I mean, everything was just, it was just really easy, because we gotten so close to the guys and super close to my partner. And so yeah, it just felt really normal. A lot of the people that were at work knew I was a lesbian, and so when I was starting to get pregnant, starting to show, people were like, So I mean, you know, stuff like that. But I was very open. I mean, everybody at work knew pretty much when we started the process, not maybe right away. We wanted to really make sure things were going and things were gonna, looks like we were really, for sure everything was gonna work out. And, but yeah, I mean, we definitely had some of the donors say, oh, you must be doing this for money. And I'm like, You know, and I remember like reading something on the website once, and you know, when you break it all down to like 24 hours a day and all that kind of stuff, I mean, you know.
It's about $2 an hour.
Yeah, but so, I mean, you know, we didn't do it because of the money. I mean, there was definitely, you know, a financial aspect to it, and that was great, but our ultimate thing was to give like Shahar and Bess a family, and you know, that was the coolest thing. And you know, like, I mean, the money, like, it was great. We remodeled our kitchen with it. we bought a car.
Yeah.
We didn't. I mean, we didn't like need the money, so it wasn't like, oh my God, we better do this because we got to pay our bills. And nothing
We
like
don't
that.
let people
So
in who have to pay their bills with the money. We have lots more surrogates because of the economy, and it doesn't add a single surrogate to our mix because we have very strict financial guidelines for their wherewithal. Because it doesn't always work the first time, and it can take time. We don't want the focus to be primarily about the money. It can be an aspect, but not the whole thing.
yeah, and I mean, you know, being pregnant for 9 months is relatively easy, but you know, towards the end, you know, you're getting uncomfortable, and I knew all that stuff going into it, and I knew the pain that I would endure during delivery and stuff, and you know, there, you can't really put a price on it. It's just, you know, we did it to help them, or you know.
And you can't put a price on that either. That's priceless.
Yeah,
I can see you guys' eyes welling up over the moment
Yeah.
I was born. It's a lifetime thing. I actually went to California a couple years ago to visit my surrogate, and she and I got into a struggle over who got more out of the surrogacy, and I was like, I have 2 kids. What have you done? She's like, the best experience of my entire life, and you made me feel so good about me. There's nothing I've ever done that was as meaningful. And I was like, okay, maybe you win. I really do believe that. I mean, that's part of why we screen our couples, because we want people to feel that way when they're done. We want them to feel like they're God. I feel like Susan is God. No one has given me more in my life, not even my husband, than this wonderful woman. I love my children. They are very extraordinary to me, and that gift is the greatest gift. And I think, honestly, having raised kids now for a while, I found that giving actually has more reward than receiving. And I think that that's why sometimes you feel closer to your kids than you feel to your parents, because there's so much to giving. And I think that these women may actually get more out of it than you do. And not from the money, but from that experience. It's really incredible. And as much as this is, you know, a life-changing event for you, it also is for them. I think it's something that makes them want to do it again, right?
Yeah, we've talked about doing it again, so yeah, I mean, and we actually, I mean, might have met a couple